Nobody in the paddock saw it coming. Not the media, not the rival teams, and not even Ferrari's harshest critics. But behind the closed doors of Maranello, something extraordinary was taking shape. An innovation buried beneath the car, hidden from cameras and speculation alike. It wasn't a flashy rear wing or a dramatic livery tweak. It was something far more subtle. The flaw, the quiet giant of Formula One performance. And according to leaked data from Ferrari's test runs at the Red Bull Ring, this one component might have just changed everything. One upgrade, endless consequences. And the moment it touched the track, everything began to shift. This wasn't just another update, it was a revolution in carbon fiber. The engineers knew they were working on something radical, but even they didn't expect the immediate transformation. The new floor changed how the SF25 felt in every corner. It grounded the rear, stabilized the chassis, and made the unpredictable suddenly feel controllable. Charles Leclerc's radio messages were calm. The junior test driver's hands weren't fighting the wheel. For the first time in months, the car felt like it wanted to cooperate. The transformation was so dramatic, some in the garage called it a spiritual reset. It didn't feel like an evolution. It felt like a rebirth, but that was only the beginning of the chaos. From the first flying lap, the telemetry told the story. Faster exits, tighter apexes, fewer corrections. Every metric moved in the right direction. At medium and high speeds, previously the SF25's weakness, the new floor turned uncertainty into dominance. The car was no longer reactive. It was predictive. The rear-end grip that vanished under stress was suddenly back and stronger than ever. And that's what shocked the engineers most. It wasn't just better, it was completely different. The difference was night and day, and the night is over. Because now, for the first time in 2025, Ferrari isn't chasing balance. They've found it. At the heart of the breakthrough lies the Venturi tunnels, the lifeblood of modern ground effect. Before, Ferrari's airflow beneath the SF25 was chaotic. In mid-corner, the underbody would stall, sending the rear into violent instability. But now, the tunnels have been completely reprofiled. Airflow stays clean and attached, even during lateral shifts. That means no more sudden losses of grip when Hamilton or Leclerc commits into a turn. The floor is no longer a liability, it's an anchor. Ferrari didn't just fix the airflow, they rewrote the physics of their car, and with it, they gave Hamilton something he's been begging for all year: trust. Lewis Hamilton hasn't driven the new floor yet, but everything, the data, the feedback, the lap times, tells a clear story. The car he'll step into at the Austrian Grand Prix will be a different beast. Gone is the nervousness under braking. Gone is the hesitation at turn-in. Engineers are calling it the car we meant to build. But here's the question. What happens when you give the most instinctive driver on the grid a car that finally listens? Because this time, it won't be Hamilton adapting to the car, it will be the car adapting to Hamilton. Behind the scenes, Ferrari's simulation data revealed the root of their season-long struggle. The central keel and diffuser interplay was choking the airflow. With every brake application, the aerodynamic balance shifted too quickly. The rear lost downforce before the car even rotated, but the new design stabilizes everything. Trail braking no longer triggers chaos. Directional changes no longer create snap oversteer. Now, grip doesn't vanish. It grows through the corner. And that's a deadly advantage when every tenth of a second matters. The SF25 is no longer allergic to aggression. It invites it. Hamilton's early season nightmare was understeer, brake, turn, and wait for grip that never arrived. Every qualifying lap looked cautious. Every race start felt muted. But with the new floor, that delay is gone. The SF25 now rotates fluidly through corners, planting the front tyres with confidence. And the rear? It holds firm without snapping. This isn't about fine-tuning anymore. This is about unleashing a driver who's been restrained for months. And if Lewis doesn't have to second-guess the front end, qualifying just got dangerous for everyone else. Telemetry doesn't lie. Tyre degradation has dropped by 17% on average across simulated race stints. That means the SF25 isn't just faster, it's smarter. Rear axle temps are finally stable. Overheating is under control. And with more predictable wear, Ferrari's strategy team can breathe again. Overcuts become real weapons. Extended stints become more viable. The car isn't chewing through rubber anymore, it's managing it like a champion. And for Hamilton, who built his legacy on timing and tyre whispers, this is a dream reborn. The gains are not theoretical, they're measurable. On race simulations at the Red Bull Ring, lap times improved by up to 0.6 depending on fuel load and compound. That's not an upgrade, that's a transformation. And yet, cooling and reliability weren't sacrificed. Temperatures stayed within safe parameters even on long runs. 0.6 per lap, with zero compromises. It's the kind of jump that turns midfield battles into podium fights and struggling seasons into title comebacks. If you've made it this far, you're clearly as obsessed with Formula One as we are. Smash that subscribe button and drop floor 25 in the comments so we know you're part of the inner circle. The second half of this story is where things get wild. The frustration in Hamilton's voice has faded. No more clipped messages. No more cautious corners. During private team briefings, insiders say his body language has shifted. More assertive, more confident. For the first time in 2025, he's not spending Fridays trying to fix the car, he's preparing to attack. This isn't adaptation anymore. It's domination waiting to be triggered. And when a 7-time world champion smells blood, you don't ask if he'll win. You ask who can stop him. Why is Ferrari suddenly optimistic about pole positions again? It's not just the floor, it's what the floor allows. The SF25 can now run lower ride heights without destabilizing the rear. That means more ground effect, more grip, and a more aggressive setup on Saturday. And that's where Hamilton thrives. The mystery isn't whether he'll be fast, it's whether anyone else can match his one-lap fury when the car no longer bites back. Because the grid has been sleeping on Hamilton all year. That nap ends now. Every inch of this floor was designed with future battles in mind, especially Silverstone. The new aerodynamic consistency means the car won't panic through high-speed sweepers. It stays planted through fast changes of direction, where Ferrari used to bleed time. Now, the SF25 breathes with the track instead of fighting it. And when the new suspension arrives, specifically tuned for Silverstone's demands, it won't just complement the floor, it'll complete it. What Ferrari is creating isn't an upgrade package, it's a B-spec monster, disguised in red. The floor is just the beginning. Silverstone will mark the debut of Ferrari's no-roll rear suspension, an innovation aimed at eliminating the chassis instability that's haunted Hamilton all season. This system is engineered to maintain balance through elevation shifts and quick direction changes, a problem area that's cost Ferrari precious seconds. When paired with the new floor, this isn't just an update, it's a revolution. And if it works as intended, the car will do something rare in Formula One, feel invincible on every type of circuit. Hamilton has taken hit after hit this season. Understeer, radio silence, missed podiums. And through it all, he didn't explode, he waited, patiently, quietly, rebuilding his rhythm in a car that barely responded. But now, that patience is becoming fuel. The team sees it. You can feel it in his briefings. That calm is giving way to something far more dangerous, focus with a weapon in his hands. Because when Lewis Hamilton finally gets a car that answers back, he doesn't just compete, he conquers. A Ferrari mechanic was overheard at the Red Bull ring, saying something simple but chilling. It finally feels like we're building a winning car, and that energy is spreading. More smiles in the garage, more laughter on the pit wall, more late nights, not out of desperation but ambition. Hamilton notices. He's been in this environment before. It's what Mercedes felt like in 2014, and we all know how that ended. This isn't just an upgrade, it's a shift in belief. The whole team can sense it. The tide is turning. The breakthrough wasn't born in a race, it was built in the simulator. Weeks of analysis revealed that the SF25's true limit had never been reached. Not because of power, not because of reliability, but because of turbulence, tiny shifts in airflow that cascaded into chaos. The new floor solved that. Suddenly, all the numbers made sense. The potential was real. The data didn't just reveal speed, it exposed everything the SF25 could have been. And now, Hamilton finally has access to the version of this car he was promised. Ferrari isn't trying to salvage a season anymore. They're setting the stage for domination. With the floor locked in, and the suspension next, the car's weaknesses have turned into weapons. Hamilton's qualifying pace, returning, his race consistency, stabilizing. The midfield isn't the target anymore. They're not chasing Red Bull, they're aiming to leap past them. And if this package works across circuits from Austria to Spa to Suzuka, there's no telling where this story ends. This isn't just about lap time, it's about aura. For the first time this season, Lewis Hamilton looks like a threat again. Not a veteran trying to adjust, but a champion with the machinery to strike. Ferrari's momentum is no longer theoretical, it's confirmed. The whispers in the paddock are turning into warnings. The game has changed, and Ferrari just dropped the first bomb. Every other team should take note. The man in red is coming, and this time he's not alone. He has the floor to stand on, and the fire to finish what he started. Lewis Hamilton doesn't need motivation. He needs opportunity. And now, with Ferrari's radical new floor, he finally has it. This is more than a setup change. It's a full reset. The SF25 has gone from fighting itself to fighting the front. And with a car that finally obeys his instincts, Hamilton's second act in Formula One might be even more dangerous than the first. The season isn't lost, it's just getting started. And Ferrari is no longer chasing, they're coming to take.